Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to talk something about game development using Android Studio. So let's say if you want to develop a game using Android Studio for your Android device. So in order to develop games for Android Studio, before starting the game development, what we need to do is that we need to install a gaming platform or a gaming environment so that we could develop games for our Android device. So there are multiple number of gaming platforms available in the market for developing Android games, but the platform which we are going to study for this tutorial is going to be the libgdx. So before starting developing games by using libgdx, we need to download and install libgdx, and we need to connect it with the Android Studio. So the first thing which we'll need to do is that you need to go to the libgdx website, and the URL keeps on changing from time to time. So instead of typing in the URL, you just type in libgdx into Google. So the first link which pops up is going to be the link to the libgdx. So we simply open it up, and as you could see, this is the official libgdx website, and actually the libgdx platform is developed by the Bad Logic Games company. So the reason why we want libgdx as a platform for developing games is that we cannot directly write in Java code directly into our Android Studio to make a game. So and there are various reasons behind it. The first reason is that there are various complicated things which are involved while developing a game. For example, there are things like gravity, physics and all that which we'll need to take care of. So the platforms like libgdx actually take care of each and everything by themselves. So it is crucially important that we choose a particular platform. Now one more platform which is famous for developing Android games is the Unity 3D platform, which can also be used to develop Android games, but for the sake of this tutorial and for the sake of this series, we are going to go with libgdx. And we are going to use this platform in order to check how some simple games are developed. So the next thing which you want to do is that you need to go to this download link right here and click it. And the first thing which you need to do is that you need to click this download setup app. And when you click this download is going to start for you. And this is actually a jar file which is approximately 1 MB size. So we click on the keep option. And whenever you are going to open up the jar file, we are going to get a window like this, and in this window we need to specify a few things. So the first thing which we need to specify is going to be the name of our game. So let's say you name your game as my game. Then you specify the package which is automatically taken care of. You don't need to actually typing anything here, and you leave the game class as it is. And next thing which you do is that you choose the destination where you want to set up your GDX. So if you go to browse and give a particular path, so what I've done is that I've created a new project, I've created a new folder on my desktop, and I've used the same folder in order to store the resources of libgdx. Now the final thing which you need to do is that you need to assign the path of your SDK. Now if you have no idea where your SDK is located, then you could simply open up Android Studio. And once you open up Android Studio, you are going to have an option which is called as configure. So we simply click on that option, and inside when we click on it, we get another option which is called as project default. So make sure that you click on it, and then we want to open up this project structure, which is finally going to give us the path of our SDK. So if you open project structure, as you could see, this right here is the path where your SDK is located. So we simply copy this path, go right here and paste our path inside the Android SDK path. Now once everything is done, it is going to show you 4 options. So these options are for desktop, Android, iOS and HTML. And what these options are, they are basically the options for selection of a platform. So let's say if you want to develop games for your desktop, then we select the desktop. If you want to develop for Android, then we select Android, or we select iOS. Or if you want to make a game for a website, or you want to make a web-based game, you select this HTML right here. But for the sake of this tutorial, we are going to go with the Android. So make sure that all the other options are unchecked, and we only check Android right here. Now in case of extensions, we are only going to select Box2D, and Box2D is actually used in order to develop 2D games. So once this is done, we simply click on this generate file, and it is going to download a bunch of stuff for us. And once everything is downloaded, the next thing which you need to do is that you need to associate your Android Studio with the libgdx. So once everything is downloaded, you go to this destination path, which is in my case one folder which I have located on the desktop, and as you could see, this is the folder right here which I have specified, in which each and every file of libgdx is stored. Now the next thing which we need to do is that we need to open up Android Studio, and once Android Studio is opened up, we need to select the option which is called as import project, and in the brackets we have Eclipse ADT or Gradle. So we simply select this, and inside this we want to specify a path which we have specified inside the libgdx setup. So in this case, my folder is actually located on the desktop, which is called as Android Pro. So this is my desktop right here, and inside the desktop I have a folder Android Pro, and within this folder we have to select the file which is called as the build Gradle. So once you select this, you simply have to click OK, and your libgdx project is going to get loaded into the Android Studio. So once everything is set up, this is what we are going to get. And in order to check, or in order to test if you have done each and everything correctly, we just run our application. And I would recommend you that you don't run this application on the emulator, and that is because it is very slow. So instead of running it on the emulator, we directly run this app on our device. So make sure that your device is connected. So when we click this button right here, we need to choose our device. So I'll choose my Samsung device, and as you could see, this is what I could see on my device currently. So basically it is a red background, and we have a small image in the left hand side corner which is called as bad logic. So that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you guys understood what is libgdx, why it is used, and I hope you guys are able to run your first application or your first game onto your device. So basically make sure that you specify each and everything correctly, the SDK path and the folder, and whenever you want to connect the Android Studio to your libgdx, make sure that you select the path which is actually present, which actually points out to the libgdx folder, and inside the libgdx folder we need to select the Gradle file. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.